or for evil. Oh.
I'm a fucking grown man. You are? You're a grown man. I'm a grown fucking man. You don't smoke though?
Get this particular information. These are some very great times, and you start rejoicing more than anything. You need to rejoice because every day it gets... Now, one reason why you need to rejoice because every day, not unless you dead, it gets worse and worse. With niggas out in the damn street, niggas on TV, the goddamn cracker, and just everyday life should be, you should be tired of this shit by now. And I guarantee you, it's worse now than it was in December. It's worse then than it was last summer. It gets worse every day. In the mere fact of you even going through this particular part, let you know that it's getting closer and closer. You understand what I'm saying? That's because you're growing tired of it spiritually. Now, in my being witness, does it get worse every day? Not unless you're a dead nigga. It should get worse every day. You know, we got a bunch of happy people out here, but that's the dead people. But people that's been in the consciousness, it should be agonizing. You understand what I'm saying? It should be agonizing. It should be to the point where as you ever get to the point that you don't even want to even fuck around with people. You ever get to the point the damn phone ring and you don't even want to, you say, wait a minute.
Goku, you've got this. Fight.
Win.
Let that nigga know.
They try to stay in the refined mode, meaning pat you on the back, give you awards, shake your hand. I mean, say that they're being all-inclusive, integrate. They got all kind of terms for it. But if the person is a racist, then the person is just doing this as a facade. In other words, it's being phony. Why? Because they have found that it's easier to handle people when you deceive them than it is to curse them out all day. See, all you're going to do is make them angry. If you're cursing them all day and pushing them around, slapping them on the head, kicking them, well, all you're doing is building up anger. And a person who is angry is going to make more problems than a person who's grinning and laughing. And you got them, you know, doing what you want them to do while they're grinning and laughing.
Right.
Okay? So that's the refined state.
Right. I like...
So the system of white supremacy goes through those 4 stages, and the refined stage is the ideal stage. For those who have the book on, that's page 330
yes, sir.
and 331
yes, sir.
of the Compensatory Counter-Racist Codified Word Guide. And I had quite a bit to say about that. Right. In fact, going right on into pages number 333, because the refined stage is something that most people are familiar with, particularly in the northwestern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere. I understand Brazil and places like that, and in many parts of what is called quote-unquote Europe. Now, here in 2019, wasn't always that way, but that's the way they're trying to keep it now.
Yes, sir.
But some of the white supremacists are saying, enough already. I mean, stop. It's too much work trying to be nice to these people. It's too much work, you know, saying pleasant things to them when you really don't, you're not thinking about saying anything pleasant to them, because they're very unpleasant people. We have made monsters out of them. We have made monstrosities out of them, because that's what white supremacists do. That's what the result is. They take people, babies, and raise them to be monsters and monstrosities.
I don't what? You don't smoke? You don't smoke, nigga! You don't smoke! How many times your daddy whoop your ass and you cry? How many times your daddy whoop your ass? I don't cry, nigga. I don't. How the fuck? What you don't this nigga trying to cook a motherfucking damn ham a fucking sandwich. This pussy ass nigga burned a fucking sandwich. Why the fuck you ain't eat it cold? The fuck wrong with you? Nigga can't eat a fucking sandwich cold.
But just look at the entire planet as a prison. That's what I mean by the general confinement. We are born in prison because we are born on this planet. If you're a person of color, you are born in prison. That's what's got to be made clear. And that you say, well, what purpose does that serve? I say that's the truth. The truth always serves a purpose that will work for you, because the white supremacists deal in falsehood, all right? So
Yes.
you just deal in truth. So if you look at the entire planet as a prison, wherever you go, you are still in prison if you're a person of color, because you have your, you're under the system of white supremacy. I don't care where you go. If you're in the Amazon basin, if you're somewhere hiding in a cave in Madagascar, you are still, if you're a person of color, within the confines of the system of white supremacy. The name of that system, the name of that prison, is the system of white supremacy. So when they put you behind some walls called Folsom or Baltimore jail or wherever, that's greater confinement. Because even in that greater confinement, they put you in a greater confinement. When they put you, say, okay, you're out in the prison yard, but you're still in prison, all right, in greater confinement.
Yes, sir.
Behind walls. But even in that confinement, they will take you at the end of the day, most likely, after you're walking around in the yard, they say, and put you in a box called a cell. That's greater confinement, you might say, if you want to call it that. And then when you do something to break the rules, they put you in what they call solitary confinement. And that's a greater confinement, all right? But generally speaking, according to the code, and in the code book, it says greater confinement is when they take you out of confinement that you're already born in, which is the whole planet, and put you behind walls called a prison or a penitentiary or something like that. But even when you're walking around and they say that you are free, you're no longer in greater confinement, that you are free now. You're not free. You're just moving to a bigger cell, meaning the entire planet. Because the white supremacists still tell you what to do. They still take care of you, if you can call it care. All right? They still punish you. You're still a child. You're still not a man. You're still not a woman. You're just given a bigger prison yard than what you had when you were in what they call the greater confinement, and they say you're in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, the whole earth is just a big yard. I don't care if, you're born in Guinea or Ghana or Congo or Mali or Morocco. If you're a person of color, you are in the prison yard called the planet Earth. And the name of that system of the prison that you're in is called the system of white supremacy. That's the name of the prison. The whole earth is the system of white supremacy, if you're a person of color. I hope I've made that point.
Yeah, I think
Once you
did.
get that,
Absolutely,
that will
sir.
empower you.
Absolutely.
Because you'll always know where you are and where you stand.
Right.
Okay.
And stop walking around thinking that you are free, because that's the worst thing you can do, is to think something that's not so.